Since the coronavirus vaccine debuted in December, Chicago and suburban public health departments have limited who is and who is not eligible for it. Now that's set to change. This news comes on the heels of a high-profile visit from the U.S. Vice President and the promises of help from the feds. Amanda Venneke joins us now with more COVID vaccine news. Amanda.
Yeah, Brandis, those rolling vaccinations limited eligibility first to healthcare workers, then to seniors and so on. Now all essential workers in Chicago are included and are eligible. The city wasn't set, however, to give every adult a shot until sometime in May. That is changing. President Joe Biden today, the nation is moving up the timeline for all adults to be eligible for a COVID vaccine from May 1st to April 19th. Mayor Lori Lightfoot says the city's ready to meet that deadline.
We will meet that deadline. We need more vaccine from the federal government, but we're optimistic based upon conversations that opportunity will happen.
Chicago had previously been reticent to do so. The mayor says she didn't want to create an expectation and not be able to meet it, given that demand for the vaccine still outpaces the supply. She also says it was a matter of logistics. But after talks today with Vice President Kamala Harris, during their visit about the feds guaranteeing more doses coming to the city of Chicago, the mayor says that April 19th is going to be the target date. Chicago's public health director, Dr. Allison Arwady, says that actually changing the eligibility guidelines early had been something the city was already considering.
Partly because we have been seeing cases being driven so much by that 18 to 29-year-old age group in Chicago, and thinking about, wanting to follow where that data is and push vaccine where it's most needed. The only hesitation has just been vaccine supply, and we are not seeing the huge increases, partly because of the Johnson & Johnson issues with manufacturing.
Already, the mayor, Governor J.B. Pritzker, each had a chance to talk about all of this with Vice President Harris during her stop in Chicago. The vice president toured Chicago's Union vaccination site. This is a labor-run vaccine clinic for members of labor unions. Harris called it a model for the country and said that it is a place where the dignity of work is recognized. The mayor says it was a place where the vice president was able to see Chicago's commitment to equity and to diversity on display.
Other reason that the vice president came, and what the interest has been at the federal level, is this equity focus. As the mayor said, really having a focus on getting the majority of our first doses to Black and Latinx Chicagoans every week. It's not typical across the country.
Arwady and the mayor say that they are proud of Chicago's efforts to get vaccines to the city's most vulnerable for COVID areas, and that is often pockets of the city where the majority of residents are Black and brown. But Alderman Byron Sigcho Lopez is among the critics who say that Chicago is failing from an equity perspective, and he's really bitter at the mayor over that, including for using federal coronavirus relief funds and sending them to the police.
Our communities are desperate, they're suffering, and they have been suffering from disinvestment in a time where we can have put those $281 million back into our communities for relief, for vaccination, and other important services that are needed.
Lopez says that is information that Vice President Harris should be aware of, and he tried to get her attention. He was among those protesting this afternoon outside, in even, I believe, for a bit inside a press conference. They were shouting anti-Lightfoot chants. You can actually hear some of a drum circle as Senator Dick Durbin speaks.
This is a critical moment in this pandemic. People are tired of it. I'm tired of it. But we can't break the back of this pandemic unless we push for more vaccinations.
Now, the vice president wasn't, as of today, or ever really planning to be in attendance at that press conference, but the mayor and the governor both were. And then instead, due to some sort of apparent mix-up or miscommunication, neither ended up showing. Now, the governor's team says that he was unable to reschedule due to having other activities this afternoon, but the mayor did instead hold a later press conference at City Hall. She says that that was not done to avoid protesters. She says, nor was it to avoid having to stand near Pritzker, despite a divide between them.
It has nothing to do with that. I mean, the governor and I may not agree on every policy issue, but he and I have worked very, very hard over the time that I've become mayor to make sure that we have a very good working relationship, and we do. The simple matter is I had to pull aside with the vice president, and the press conference started without me.
Now, as Harris was arriving in Chicago, as you just heard a bit ago, a baby was shot on Lakeshore Drive. Reporters at the White House today asked the Biden's press secretary about that, and she said that the president is committed to gun safety measures.
We work with communities to invest in community violence prevention. He's actually proposed funding to do exactly that, something that many groups support because they believe in order to reduce violence, in order to address the prevalence of violence in communities like some in Chicago, that we need to spend the money from the federal government to do exactly that.
Asked about it, Congressman Danny Davis says that he favors mandatory background checks. He favors a ban on automatic weapons, and then he even suggested going further.
Stopped making them, then I would be in favor of not making handguns that individuals use to hunt other people with. And so it's a big issue. It's a big problem. It requires serious attention, and that's what's being done right now.
Now, as for the COVID vaccine, Vice President Harris this afternoon tweeting, Illinois, we said help is on the way, and now help is here to get more shots in arms. Some $123 million coming from the CDC to both the city and the state that is to be used on vaccine outreach and access efforts. Harris's business, by the way, not all total business. She had time to get a little bit of sweet in, stopping by Brown Sugar Bakery on the south side. She picked up cupcakes. She said were going to be given to staff. Sorry, I wasn't there, so no brown sugar deliciousness for me or for you, Brandis.
Darn, anybody who's been there knows it's a place to go. Thanks, Amanda.